When will be the work is positive? Am I audible to everyone? Is the screen visible now? Say yes. Screen is visible? Yes now? Is the screen visible ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So when the work will be positive, if the system has given some work in the has given some energy in the form of work to the surroundings, then you can call it as a positive work. Okay, if the system does the work, then work is positive. If the work is done on the system, then work is negative. Okay, here in this case work is negative. Why? Because work is done on the system. In this case system does the work on the surroundings. Okay, then the work is positive. So this we have discussed. Next, what is free expansion? What is the work transfer in the free expansion? Is it 0, like greater than 0 or less than 0? In the free expansion process, work transfer is 0. Okay. Next, we'll discuss now what is PDV work. P means here, what is P here? Pressure. dV means change in volume. So we will discuss uh, how the work will be done due to the change in volume and also change in pressure. Okay, this is also called as displacement work. So for this I have taken a cylinder piston arrangement. This is the piston and this is the cylinder. Here gas is there, and the gas is at pressure P1 and V1. Okay, so what I have done is, so I have taken a small elemental displacement here. Let us say dl. Okay now, so this is dl. So I have taken a small elemental displacement of the piston. That means piston has moved from this position to, okay, this position. So then how can you define work? I have taken a small elemental work where the force is constant. Why? Because at this instant, for this small elemental displacement, the force on the piston, what is this force? Force on the piston due to gas inside the piston cylinder. Okay, so this is the force, and what is the small elemental displacement? You can say dl. So this is only for up to this elemental displacement. If you want to integrate this term dw, then you can get the total work done from this point, initial point, to the final point. Okay, this is only small elemental work. Suppose I have replaced force by pressure into area. Okay, so what is the
మ్యామ్ మ్యామ్
yes, yes.
కొంతమంది అలౌ చేయండి మ్యామ్, వెయిట్
Okay,
చేస్తున్నారు. వెయిట్ చేస్తున్నారు మ్యామ్.
okay, okay, I have admitted. Okay, okay. So then what is pressure here? Pressure you can define as a force by unit area. Okay, then I have replaced here force by pressure into area. What is this area? Small a I have taken. This is small a. This is the area of the piston, pi by 4 d square. Okay, so this is the area. So I have replaced f by p into area. Then you can add this. Which one? Area into change in length. That means area into thickness, you can take it as a dv. So finally we got equation as dw, small elemental work, is equal to pressure small p into change in volume. So what is this change in volume? Only for this small elemental length. Okay, so this is pdv work. Then So we know what is quasi-static process. Quasi-static means infinitely slow process. So that process will be very slow. So for that process, we are calculating PDV work. How this will be? So initially the process starts from here 1 and ends there at second point. Okay. So between these 2 points, we have joined by a solid line. Okay, thick line we have joined. Why? Because it is a quasi-static process. So if you want to calculate work done for this process, first take at any instant. We are taking at any instant. This is the point. Let us say here the pressure is small p. Okay, and the change in volume for this small elemental area is dV. This dV. Then you can write as a PdV, but we need to integrate from volume V1 to volume V2. So this you can write it as W122 or W12. So adjacent sides, one will be there here, two will be there, or else you can write it as the change in work. You have to write it as dW. On D you just put a dash here. Okay, D, W and dash. So why this dash comes here? Because why it is coming? So dW means you cannot write it as a integration of dW, you cannot write it as a W2 minus W1. Okay, that's why we are putting dash over D. Why? Because the work done for this process depends on the path which it has taken. So it depends on the path which it has traveled. That's why we are not writing it as a W2 minus W1. You have to write integration of dW upon dash is equal to work done 1 to 2. So this is the indication you need to remember. Okay, if you are writing like this W2 minus W1, then it will be wrong. Okay, you write W1 dash 2. This is the indication. Understood now? Okay, so this is a quasi-static work, PDV work. Then I have indicated that as a path dependent. Path dependent means work is a path function. That means let us, for that to define, we are taking three processes: A process, B process and C process. For each and every process, we are finding out the area under the curve. Let us say this is the A path. Okay, so this is the A path. You just shade this area under the curve. So next process is B, and shade this under the curve, and last one is C. Okay, so how the work will be different for each and every process, you can identify by the
మ్యామ్ అవన్నీ అంటే ఎలా చేయండి మ్యామ్
okay, right? How can you identify the area? So which one is bigger, A or B or C? Which one is having more area? It can be A or B or C. Which is having more area? Is it A or B or C? Which is having more area, ma'am? Anyone? You can say by the shading area under the curve. So which is having more area? You can say C is having more area. That means work done from 1 to 2. If it is taking three different paths, then the work is different for each and every process. For A it is different, for B it is different, for C it is different. Then you can say work is path dependent. Okay, work is path dependent. That's why I have written here. See, you can see D and upon dash dW here. It cannot be written as W2 minus W1. You have to write W1 to 2 or w1 and 2 here. Okay, work is a path function. Then so here what are the coordinates? So what are the coordinates here? Here the coordinates are pressure here and here the volume. Okay. Next, there are two types of functions, path function and point function. Then here comes the point function. So what is point function? So you can simply just take a graph, PV curve I have taken, and this is the process 1 to 2. Let us say this is a process 1 to 2 and indicate it by a arrow. Arrow is most important. Okay, if you are indicating this is 1 and 2, the process should be 1 to 2, then you can indicate like this by arrow. So let us say for the first point it is V1, and at the second final state, okay, for the final state it is V2. Okay, so for the final state it is V2. Okay, so how can you write a change in volume for the entire process 1 to 2? You can write it as V2 minus V1. Why we are writing V2 minus V1? So change in volume means final volume minus initial volume. What is the final volume? It is V2. Initial volume is V2. If the, for example, if the process is from 2 to 1, 2 to 1 is the process, then you have to write V1 minus V2. Whatever may be the end states, change in volume means final minus initial. Here the final minus initial is V2 minus V1. That means you are writing it as a change in final state minus initial state. That means the change in volume doesn't depend on the path which it has taken. That means you can tell change in volume. Volume is a point function. Not only volume, pressure, temperature also a point functions. That means all macroscopic properties, macroscopic all macroscopic properties are point functions. Understood now this one? What is point function? What is path function? Everyone understood? If it is okay, then I will move to the next slide. Correct? Understood now? So next, cyclic integral for the closed path. So what is closed path? Closed path means this is from 1 to 2. Okay, this is from 1 to 2. Then again 2 to 1. That means initial and final states. Initial and final states should be same. Okay, this is the closed path. That what is cyclic integral? If we want to integrate, let us say I am taking dw. This is the integral I want to integrate from 1 to 2 and again from 2 to 1. Okay, 2 to 1 I am integrating and 1 to 2 I am integrating. If you are adding these two, that means it is a cyclic integral. That means for a closed path, if you are integrating the integral, then you can say it as a cyclic integral. Let us say for the path function, what happens to the path function if you are doing cyclic integral? Then it will not be 0. Okay, for a path function, the cyclic integral is not 0. Then what about for point function? What about for point function? Is it 0 or is it not 0? Okay, for that I will take one example. Okay, so I am taking one example 1 to 2 here. Okay, for this process, this is one V1 and here it is V2 and again 2 to 1. Okay, again 2 to 1. So I will take this one. Sorry, this is 2 to 1, 1 to 2, this one, and 2 to 1. So let us say from 1 to 2, what is change in volume? Anybody? So what is change in volume for 1 to 2 process? It will be V2 minus V1, correct now? Then what is change in volume for 2 to 1? 2 to 1 will be V1 minus V2. You just add these two, you will get 0. Obviously, you will get 0. That means if you are integrating all macroscopic properties, then you can get an integral for a point functions. For a point function, you will definitely get the cyclic integral as 0. Okay. So this is about cyclic integral. Then we will go for constant pressure process, constant volume process, constant temperature process, polytropic process, and adiabatic process. Okay. So first one by one we'll go. So what is constant process? If the process is taking place at a constant pressure. Okay. Constant pressure means there may be change in volume, there may be change in temperature. Okay. So let us take P versus V graph. Okay. Here I have taken P and this is V.
మేడం
Yes.
హలో మేడం
Yes, yes.
మ్యామ్ స్క్రీన్ మీద ఏం కనిపిస్తలేదు మ్యామ్.
Okay, okay. Is it visible now?
ఓకే మ్యామ్.
Okay. Previous slide you have seen na? Previous slide. It was visible at that time. Cyclic integral. Anyone?
నో మేడం. నో మేడం.
Not visible na?
నో మ్యామ్.
Okay, okay.
నో.
So this was you have seen na? Path function.
నో మేడం.
Okay. Quasi-static PDV. Nothing you have seen.
Yes, ma'am.
This
Nothing.
was over na? From starting slide you have not seen anyone. No. Okay. You have not seen anything na? PDV work also.
Yes, madam.
Okay.
I'm on the first slide, madam.
Okay, you just see the slides. You just recollect the information here. Okay, this is PDV work I have taken. So what is dW? F into dl. So I have replaced force by pressure into area. Then you can take area into change in length, thickness by change in volume. Okay. Next, this is quasi-static PDV work. This is the curve I have taken. At this instant, I have to take change in work for this small elemental change in volume. Okay. So then you can write it as dW small change in work upon dash integration from P into dV. So this was I have written earlier. So this is the change in volume. If you want to integrate this from V1 to V2, then you can get this formula from work from 1 to 2. Okay. Next, this is the path function. So I have taken A process, B process, and C processes. Okay. So here for each and every process A, B, C, I have calculated work done. This is the process A and this is the process B. Okay. And this is the process C. Okay. Now it is visible now screen everyone? Visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So for which
Yes, ma'am. Visible.
okay, for which curve it is having more area? Is it A, B or C? C is having more area, correct na? That means
Yes.
for each and every process A, B, C, work done for the work done from 1 to 2 is different. That means work is dependent on the path that has taken. Okay. That means work you can say it as a path function. So here I have written so if it is not visible in between the class, you just tell me anyone. Okay, so here I have written w dw. So you have to write d upon dash then w. This is the indication for small elemental work. Okay, one second. Is it visible now? Students, screen
Yes,
visible
ma'am.
now? Slide is visible?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Okay. So, so what is path function means? It depends on the path that has taken. Okay. So this is 1 to 2. Okay. So next comes to point function. What is point function? It doesn't depend on the path. So here I want to calculate change in volume from 1 to 2. Okay. 1 to 2 I want to integrate from process this one. So you can write it as directly V2 minus V1. That means properties doesn't depend on the macroscopic properties, doesn't depend on the path that has taken. Okay, then you can say it as a point function. This is clear, I guess, everyone. Clear now? Point function? Clear now? So next we will discuss about cyclic integral for a closed path. So for that I have taken 1 to 2 here and again 2 to 1. So draw arrows also 1 to 2 and 2 to 1. So if you want to change calculate change in volume for 1 to 2, you can write it as final V2 minus V1. And also again from 2 to 1 you can write it as a V1 minus V2. Cyclic integral means from 1 to 2 and 2 to 1 again. So that is a closed path. If you want to integrate for a closed path, you just add these two, you will get 0. That means for a macroscopic properties, if you are integrating for a closed path, you will get 0. This one. Okay, this is clear, I guess. Cyclic integral. Clear now? Everyone? Is it clear? Bharadwaj, is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next we'll discuss PDV work. What is PDV work? You already know. For a if the system is going from one state to second state, you can calculate the integral of PDV. You can get the work done from 1 to 2. So we'll discuss varieties of PDV work. First one is constant pressure process. What is constant pressure process? In that process pressure is constant from initial point to the final point. So how the curve will be? This is a straight line, only the straight line. So these are the dashed lines. Okay, if you want to calculate work from 1 to 2, so this is the area we are getting from 1 to 2, that you can represent it as a formula, this formula. So here P is constant. You can take that P outside of the integral. Outside of the integral, this is the formula V1 to V2. Then you can directly integrate dV as V2 minus V1. So what is the formula for the work done in the constant pressure process? P into V2 minus V1. This is the work done. Okay. Is it clear? Constant pressure process. How to calculate work done means you can directly remember pressure into final volume minus initial volume. What is this V2? Final volume. What is this V1? Initial volume. Clear na? Understood everyone? Is it clear? Constant pressure process. You can also call it as an isobaric process or isopistic process. These are the different names for constant pressure process. Next we will go for constant volume process. What is constant volume means? See here, if the volume is constant from 1 to 2, then there is no work done in that process. So you can simply see in this graph from 1 to 2. So that means we are the process is expansion process. How can you identify it is the expansion or compression? What is expansion? If the pressure is decreasing or volume is increasing, then you can say it is a expansion. What is expansion? Volume is increasing or pressure is decreasing. What is compression? Volume is decreasing, pressure is increasing. In this process what happened here? Pressure has decreased. That means it is a compression process. Whether it is a compression or expansion, if the volume is constant, that means dV is 0. Change in volume is 0. You can say work done is 0 in the constant volume process. What you can say? Work done in constant volume process is 0. Okay, got it? This one is clear? So in the previous slide, so you just tell me, is it a expansion process or compression process? You can observe here volume has increased. So what you can say? Is it expansion process or compression process? Anyone? Pranita? Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
So you just tell me, is it a compression process or expansion process from 1 to 2 in this slide?
Expansion process.
Right, expansion process. That means pressure is constant but volume has increased. That means you can say it as a expansion process. In this process this is also expansion process. Okay, expansion process you can say, but here the volume has not increased or decreased. Volume is constant. That means it is a work done is 0. That means here no change in volume. You can say no expansion or no compression. Here there is no expansion, no compression. Okay, you can say only compression or expansion based on the change in volume only. Okay, that is the main criteria to say whether it is expansion or compression. Next we will go for constant temperature. What is constant temperature? Constant temperature means temperature should be constant for a process from 1 to 2. Here, so what is the constant pressure process? Constant temperature means Boyle's law. PV is equal to constant. You know already. This PV is equal to constant. You already know. So suppose I want to write this equation for state 1. How can you write? P1, V1 is equal to constant. For state 2, how can you write? P2, V2 is equal to constant. You just combined all three. You can combine. Why? Because here also constant, here also constant, and here also constant. So I am combining all the equations. PV is equal to P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So why we need these equations? Why? Because, so what is the equation for work done? What is the equation for work done? P into dV, correct now? P into dV. So this is the equation for the work done. You need to integrate from V1 to V2. So what you can do is, in the place of P, you write P1 V1 by V. P1 V1 by V. So this is the term I want to replace in the place of P. You replace this one you replace, okay, in place of P, then integrate. So after integration, so how can we integrate it as, so let us say, so I am taking a whiteboard here. So here I am writing first one. What is work done here? Integration of P dV from state 1 P1 to V2. Okay. So this is V2. So here first one is P1 PV is equal to P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. What we need to replace? P is equal to P1 V1 by V. So just replace this term by this term. So how can we write? W is equal to P1 V1 by V into dV. Okay. So P1 is constant, V1 is constant. Okay. So you can write, okay. So you can write here. So W is equal to, again, P1 V1 is constant, take those terms out of integral, and the remaining one is dV by V. What is integral of dV by V? What is integral of dV by V? Log V, correct now? So log V means P1 V1 ln V. So integrating from V1 to V2. So you can finally get W is equal to P1 V1, okay, P1 V1 ln V2 by V1. How we have got this equation ln V2 by V1? So just expand P1 V1 ln V2 minus ln V1. What is log A minus log B? Log A by B. Okay. Log A by B have written is here V2 minus V2 by V1. Okay. So finally how can you write? Understood now this one? Everyone clear now? You just derive this equation again in your home. Okay. So just W is equal to integral of V1 to V2. You remember final equation. V1 to V2 P dV. Okay. This is final is V2. W is equal to integral of V1 to V2 P dV. Final equation is P1 V1 ln V2 by V1. Okay. This one is clear, I guess, everyone. Okay. How we have got this P1 V1? Is the screen visible to everyone? This one clear now? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you can say here what is work done from 1 to 2 is P1 V1 into ln V2 by V1. You just remember only this equation only for constant temperature process. Once again, what is work done for a constant temperature process? It is P1 V1 into ln V2 by V1. What is P1? Initial pressure. Okay. What is V1? Initial volume. What is V2? Final volume. Okay. If the process is taking from 1 to 2, P1 V1 ln V2 by V1. Next, it is over constant temperature. Now, polytropic process, the same, it is the same derivation, but index is different. Here we are getting PV power n is equal to constant. In the previous case, it is PV is equal to constant. Only the difference is this index. You can call it as a polytropic index. What is this? Polytropic index. Okay. So polytropic index is there. Entire process is same for the integration.